Okay, hello everybody. Another COBOL video. I've activated the X server for my desktop because I was having trouble with Wayland. Let's see where we are now. Okay, oops. I've got to get used to using the X server. Right, we're up to day 3. I did this once before in Go, so this shouldn't be a problem. The basic idea here is we get an input, which you can see here. So lots of less than, greater than, up, down. And this represents movement for Santa, who's delivering his presents in an infinite two-dimensional grid of houses, as you do. So he begins by delivering a present to the house at his starting location, and then he moves either to the north, to the south, the east, or the west. After each move, he delivers another present to the house at his new location. However, the elf back at the North Pole had a little too much eggnog, so its direction's a little off, and Santa ends up visiting some houses more than once. How many houses receive at least one present? So each time you land on a house, you say the house has a present. So how many squares are visited at least once? For example, the arrow to the right, the greater than. If that was your total input that you had, you would deliver to 2 houses, one at the starting location, one to the east. This would deliver to 4 houses. You have a perfect square. This delivers to 2 houses quite often. Okay, and the last time I did this, I got the answer 2592, and according to the page, that was correct. So let's see how we get to that answer in COBOL. That's the plan. So, I've started work, as you can see. I haven't got very far. Let's start programming. By the way, I have here the input text. Let's put some data into a test text as well. Let's start by going up twice, then let's go down 3 times. So we have some negative values, then once to the left, twice to the right, and I think that'll do, won't it? Okay. Good. So cat test.text, there we are. So we have to have a way to read data. Let's do that then. Input, output, section, file, control, select, let's just call it in file as I tend to, assign to, let's use test.txt to begin with, organization is line sequential. As you can see, if you look at the file, got one line here, and in the input text, where's the input text got to? It has 0 lines input.text. Interesting. So, let's go back to this. Let's carry on then. Well, it doesn't have a new line at the end, does it? Go to the data division and see what we can do with this FD file section. What we can do here is we can do FD in file record is varying as a syntax from 1 to, let's say, 10,000, depending on in file length. And let's just save one thing here, 01 in line pick x 10,000. Okay, then we can have a input output section. The first thing we need, not an input output section, what am I doing? A working storage section, and let's have something for this inline length. So we have a 01 in line, can't type, which is going to be a pick. Let's just have a 9, 5. Let's not bother about anything clever there. Then we need some coordinates. So let's have a 0, 1, x, which is a pick assigned number from up till 5 will certainly be large enough. 0, 1, y, pick assigned number of up to 5. And then we have to have a list of locations. My basic plan here is to have a location table. Occurs 10,000 times. And in this table we're going to have a location which is going to be a pick of x12. I'm just going to save the concatenation of the x and y in there. Value I values. Okay. So we're going to need an x string and a y string as well. So let's do that. Is pick, let's make it a plus 9, 5. Let's do the same for the y string. And because it makes life easier, let's have an index here. Indexed by LIDX. Okay, good. We must be quite close to having the variables we need to begin with. Let's see how far we get then. Procedure division. Let's start by reading in the input. It's always a good start. 100 main. Perform. 200 read input. Then I'd love to see what we have. So I'm going to have a form 900 print locations. Let's do that, and let's just do a go back at the moment. That's a good start. So 200 read input. Open input is in file. Read in file and read. Close in file. Okay. We probably should pass the input as well. Let's have that as well here. Let's do that. And then, provided I've got the syntax right, we can see the wonders of this record is varying from 1 to 10,000 depending on in file length. We can now do pass input. We can say, let's have an input index as well. We want input index, usage is index. Let's do that. We could probably do with another screen at some stage. Okay, so what's the plan here? We have to do a perform varying input index from 1 by 1 until input index is greater than in file length. Let's have an evaluate. True. Let's move in line. Let's have a current character. Sounds like a good idea. Let's have a direction. Let's call it a direction. This is just a pick X, and let's have some 88s. Left, move left is value that is value that is value that, and move down is value V, isn't it? And let's have an 88 invalid input. Let's just call that value Q for now, why not? So let's set that as another until here. Or invalid input. Okay, this looks good. So we move in line IIDX1 to direction. Then we evaluate true. When move left, add 1, sorry, subtract 1 from x. When move right, subtract, sorry, what am I talking about? Add 1 to x. When move up, add 1 to y. When move down, subtract 1 from y. When other, set invalid input to true. Okay, and evaluate and perform. Okay, that looks okay. But we still have to save the location. Because we also have to save the first location, we can actually save it here, can't we? Let's make a paragraph 350 save location. I'm not sure we're going to be saving the last location here, are we? We'll see. I think we may have to perform save location once more at the end after the loop. No, it will stop when it gets to invalid input. It will stop when IDX is larger than that. This may work. No, it doesn't work, does it? We need to have one more save location, because at the moment, if you consider you only have one thing in the array, then this will be, if we have one instruction, then we will be only saving one position rather than two positions. So actually we need to have a 350 save location once at the start. Yes, this looks good. Let's put this once here, which we're going to write, of course. And then after each valid movement, we're going to do this as well. What have I done now? I don't like that, but it works, doesn't it? And it's easy to argue. Oh, it's easy to argue about. We could have an if not invalid input, then perform 350 save location. That would work as well, wouldn't it? Yes, maybe that would be nicer. If not invalid input, then perform 350 save location. And if, yes, that may be nicer. Okay. Good, then let's do the save location. And the save location is quite simple, really. We just move x to x string, move y to y string. We need the location index, we've got that. So we string x string y string into, what did I call it? Locations, I think. Yep, locations. LIDX and string add 1 to LIDX. Okay, now we've almost got all we need to run this. There's just one thing I wanted to do, which was print locations. Perform varying LIDX from 1 to, where do we have the length of the input? Inline Let's open one by one until our new line is greater than inline length. Display LIDX locations LIDX and perform. Okay, let's see what we've got wrong here. ls cob c minus x path01.cob and path01. Okay, in file then it's not definitely at 2314 are the two problems. dx usage as index, that looks okay. Unexpected in, oh, usage is index. True, okay. In file length is not in line length. Yes, that's true. '56. In line length, yep, okay. Test.text doesn't exist, it's saying. Interesting. Does it not like the double quotes? I did think that should be a problem. It seems to be there. What am I doing wrong here? Do I have the right full stops at the end of lines? Looks like it. Select in file assigned to test.txt. I'm in the right location, aren't I? 2015 day 3. 15 day 03. File doesn't exist. It certainly seems to exist. Is there a problem with the libcob at the moment? So if I change it to input.text. Input.text works. Now it works. What was I doing wrong? Now I'm curious. What was I doing wrong? Oh, I called it text.test. Text initial, not test.text. Okay, that makes sense. So, it has 9 things here. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does that make sense? Do we get to the right place at the end? We should be going up 2 and then down 3. 1, 0, minus 1. Then we're not going to the left. Something's going wrong with the movement to the left, and the left's okay, then we're moving to the right. What are we adding first? We're adding x first, aren't we? Well, we should at some stage go to a very positive value for x. So something's wrong here. Subtract 1 from x, add 1 to x, add 1 to y, subtract 1 from y, okay. X to x string, y to y string, to locations idx. So y goes up to 2, that makes sense. Then 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2 makes sense. Minus 1, 2, 0, 2. Where's the last one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing one. Okay. That's the problem. We are missing one entry. Ah. How often are we calling 350 save location? Let's see what's the problem there. Let's display. And let's display everything here. Let's display current car or direction. Okay. Okay, this looks better. It doesn't look better, that's the problem. Saving location. 2 up, 4 down, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. That seems to be okay. Then why do we only see... am I not printing out all the possible locations? I'm not printing out all the possible locations because we also save the first one, don't we? So this isn't long enough. The IDX we have to go 1 for 1 higher than this. Well, let's get the save the state here. Let's save the number of locations somewhere. Sorry, wrong window. Once we've finished 300 pass input, let's move LIDX to num locations. Good. Then here we can, LIDX is greater than num locations. That's one too many, isn't it? Let's subtract 1 from LIDX, giving num locations. Okay, that looks okay now. Seems to be the right thing. So let's start performing the task. Perform 400, get num unique locations. Oh, wrong button. Let's put it here and let's have a 0, 1 num unique locations. Pick 9, 5, value 0. Okay. Oh, still the wrong button. 400, get num unique locations. The easy way to do this is just to sort the input. So let's do this. Sort location table on locations. No, it's not, it's locations. Ascending. That should do it. And now let's check to see how many unique locations we have. Let's move 1 to num unique locations. Let's perform varying LIDX from 2 by 1 until LIDX is greater than num locations. If locations IDX, if not equals locations, then add 1 to num unique locations. That's the easy way to do this, isn't it? We sort it and we're just going to go through the list and if so we now have, you can imagine this being a sorted list here now, and we're just saying if this one is not the same as this one, so if this one is not the same as this one, then add 1 to the location. If it is the same as this one, then don't, just move on to the next one. This is the easy way to do this, I think. Let's print the num unique locations at the end. Let's just print. Okay, let's see if I got this right. No, it doesn't work. We sort on something, don't we? Sort location table on ascending or descending. I wrote ascending. I don't know how to sort a table, do I? I don't know how to sort a table, but I have just opened the documentation a while ago. Sort table ascending, that's where the word has to be. Okay. Number unique notation 00007. So we're going twice through the origin, which we are. We're going to be twice at y plus 1, it says here. Yes, that makes sense because we're going up 2 and then back down 3. So this makes sense, at least I think that's what we're doing. Yes, up 2, back down 3. So we're going to have 2 repeated locations here. Then at the end we should have 2 repeated locations as well. By minus 1, where is it? Not by minus 1, by minus 2. Yes, here it is. Because we go to the left once, then we go to the right once. So from these 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the original start location 10, we have 7 unique locations. Okay, let's see if this works for input.text as well. Sorry. Lots of output, 2592, and if we remember correctly, that was the response we got here. So it works. I think that's long enough for a video for today. I'll carry on to the second part sometime later, probably tomorrow. Okay, hopefully this was of interest to someone. Have a good evening. Bye.